Three developments, and this should worry you if you are American or British nationals. The rogue leaders of these two countries are busy taking us down a rabbit hole with unimaginable consequences. Donald Trump has just confirmed the killing of 3 U.S. soldiers. But that's not the news here. He has told Americans that they should be prepared for more body bags in the UK. Keir has just told us that he has changed his mind on the use of UK facilities by American warplanes to attack Iran. This is serious. And Iranians have continued to pound Israeli cities with a barrage of missiles. These 3 topics would be the focus of my video tonight, so please stay tuned. Donald Trump has issued another video message. And once again, he has not missed any opportunity to insult American voters. The same voters who voted him to power on the promise that he will not take the US Army to fight someone else's illegal war. In his video message tonight, he confirmed the news of 3 US soldiers killing by Iranian retaliatory strikes. But what he said next should worry every single American. He said Americans should be prepared for more losses of US lives. Earlier today, CENTCOM shared the news that 3 US military service members have been killed in action. As one nation, we grieve for the true American patriots who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation. Even as we continue the righteous mission for which they gave their lives, we pray for the full recovery of the wounded and send our immense love and eternal gratitude to the families of the fallen. And sadly, there will likely be more before it ends. That's the way it is. Likely be more. This is disturbing in so many ways. First, look at his expression. He's stating this fact as if he's talking about some grocery items and not humans. These soldiers are humans, and they too have families. But the manner in which Trump talked about their lives to please his Israeli masters is diabolical and criminal. I don't know how Americans are fine with this. Trump's statement came amidst Iranian claims that they had killed and wounded more than 500 US soldiers. By issuing the statement, is Trump trying to manage Americans' expectations? He then told various media outlets that the new Iranian leadership wanted to talk to him and he has agreed to hold talks. Once again, he was lying. There is no new leadership in Iran. The political leadership of Iran is headed by President Masoud Pezeshkian. He's still in charge of the country. Do you want to know what he feels about the US? Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian had just warned that his country will not hesitate to destroy the military bases of the enemies in the region following a US-Israeli attack that assassinated the leader of the Islamic Revolution, Sayyid Ali K. His words, not mine. US and Israeli terrorists assassinated the Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei and scores of military commanders. Khamenei's death hasn't caused any void in the political leadership as he functioned as the spiritual head of the country. Even the new military leadership has issued chilling threats to Trump. Iran's army commander, Major General Amir Hatami, has said that the Iranian armed forces are united and determined to counter the US-Israeli aggression, vowing that the enemy will take the dream of enslaving the Iranian nation to their grave. Do these statements either by Pezeshkian or General Hatami give you an indication or impression that Iranians want to talk with Americans? If that's not enough, watch what Iranian Security Chief Ali Larijani has to say to Americans and Israelis. For Shech. Foreign speech, foreign speech, foreign speech. But Trump would have you believe that Iranians are dying for a ceasefire. The reality is that Trump is fast realizing the consequences of his massive miscalculation on Iran and wants to end this nightmare for himself. Meanwhile, another American and Israeli poodle, Kestar, had just released a video message here in the UK announcing the change in policy for his country towards the use of British military facilities by American jets. Fearing reprisals from Iranians, Starmer was quick to clarify that the UK was in no way involved in military strikes against Iran, but at the same time, he wants the US to use British facilities to carry out illegal strikes on Iran. Yesterday, I spoke to you about the situation in the Gulf and explained that the United Kingdom was not involved in the strikes on Iran. That remains the case. Over the last 2 days, Iran has launched sustained attacks across the region at countries who did not attack them. They've hit airports and hotels where British citizens are staying. This is clearly a dangerous situation. We have at least 200,000 British citizens in the region, residents, families on holiday, and those in transit. I ask all our people in the region to please register your presence and follow Foreign Office travel advice. I know this is a deeply worrying time, and we will continue to do all we can to support you. Our armed forces who are located across the region are also being put at risk by Iran's actions. Yesterday, Iran hit a military base in Bahrain, narrowly missing British personnel. The death of the supreme leader will not stop Iran from launching these strikes. Their approach is becoming even more reckless and more dangerous to civilians. Our decision that the UK would not be involved with the strikes on Iran was deliberate, not least because we believe that the best way forward for the region and for the world is a negotiated settlement, one in which Iran agrees to give up any aspirations to develop a nuclear weapon. But Iran is striking British interests nonetheless and putting British people at huge risk along with our allies across the region. That is the situation we face today. Our partners in the Gulf have asked us to do more to defend them, and it is my duty to protect British lives. We have British jets in the air as part of coordinated defensive operations, which have already successfully intercepted Iranian strikes. But the only way to stop the threat is to destroy the missiles at source in their storage depots or the launchers which are used to fire the missiles. The United States has requested permission to use British bases for that specific and limited defensive purpose. We have taken the decision to accept this request to prevent Iran firing missiles across the region, killing innocent civilians, putting British lives at risk, and hitting countries that have not been involved. The basis of our decision is the collective self-defense of long-standing friends and allies and protecting British lives. That is in accordance with international law, and we are publishing a summary of our legal advice. We are not joining these strikes, but we will continue with our defensive actions in the region, and we will also bring experts from Ukraine together with our own experts to help Gulf partners shoot down Iranian drones attacking them. I want to be very clear, we all remember the mistakes of Iraq, and we have learned those lessons. We were not involved in the initial strikes on Iran, and we will not join offensive action now. But Iran is pursuing a scorched earth strategy. So we are supporting the collective self-defense of our allies and our people in the region because that is our duty to the British people. It is the best way to eliminate the urgent threat and prevent the situation spiraling further. This is the British government protecting British interests and British lives. Meanwhile, Iranians have continued to pound Israeli areas with more deadly versions of ballistic missiles. What has been astonishing tonight is the fact that Israeli air defense system has turned out to be a joke. It seems it has completely collapsed. You can watch the videos of Iranian missiles hitting their targets in Jerusalem without any problems on our Telegram channel or UpScrolled social media page. This was the scene in Jerusalem moments ago after a powerful Iranian ballistic missile hit the target. Alan Misrai, who describes himself as ex-Israeli and anti-Zionist Jew, said this, and I quote, "It looks like the Iranians have hit something very sensitive in Jerusalem," end quote. The situation is changing rapidly, and I hope to return with more update in the morning. Till then, you take care of yourselves. Thank you very much for your support of this platform and our journalism. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so because that's one of the many ways you can support independent journalism. God bless you all.